Let me tell you about one of the most fascinating dynamics in religious history, the relationship between Jesus and the Pharisees. It's a story of clashing worldviews that would ultimately change the course of human history. Picture this: first century Judea, where the Pharisees were the religious elite. They were the scholars, the ones who knew every letter of the law, respected by everyone for their strict adherence to religious traditions. They were basically the Instagram influencers of their time, but for religious rules. But then comes Jesus, this carpenter's son from Nazareth, teaching in ways that turned their world upside down. While the Pharisees were all about following rules to the letter, Jesus was saying things like love your neighbor and hanging out with society's outcasts, tax collectors, prostitutes, and sinners. The tension between them was like watching a spiritual heavyweight championship. The Pharisees would try to trap Jesus with clever questions about the law, but Jesus would respond with wisdom that left them speechless. Remember that time they brought him a woman caught in adultery? While they were ready to stone her, Jesus simply said, "Let him who is without sin cast the first stone." Mic drop moment right there. What really got under the Pharisees' skin was how Jesus kept pointing out their hypocrisy. He called them whitewashed tombs, beautiful on the outside but full of dead men's bones on the inside. Ouch. He criticized them for focusing on tiny rules while missing the bigger picture of compassion and justice. But here's the thing. This wasn't just about Jesus picking fights. He was trying to show everyone that true spirituality isn't about following a checklist of rules. It's about what's in your heart. While the Pharisees were counting steps on the Sabbath, Jesus was healing the sick and feeding the hungry. This conflict between Jesus and the Pharisees teaches us something crucial even today. It's easy to get caught up in the rules and forget about love, mercy, and compassion. We might not be Pharisees, but sometimes we all fall into the trap of judging others while missing our own shortcomings. The story of Jesus and the Pharisees reminds us to check our hearts, to make sure we're not just following rules for show, but actually living out love and compassion in real ways, because at the end of the day, that's what truly matters. So next time you find yourself getting caught up in the rules, remember this ancient clash and ask yourself, are you being a Pharisee? Or are you following Jesus' example of love and grace? Sometimes the most religious people can be the furthest from God's heart.